Play clock down to 3. Prince to throw on 2nd down and 7. Over the middle, he's got Franklin short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as he just gets across the 50-yard line.
And the great thing about that, we talk about 3rd and manageable, 3rd and short situations. The whole offense is in play now. All the quarterback runs, Jonathan Franklin. You could even play action pass.
Texas shows blitz, and now a timeout called from UCLA from the sideline. We'll step aside. A big 3rd down and 1 from midfield for the Bruins when we come back. It's not Bevo's first trip to the Rose Bowl. I think he's got season tickets here. Texas seems to be here pretty often. Looking for some revenge against UCLA for a loss last year. And now a flag flies on 3rd down and 1 after the Bruins timeout.
Substitution infraction. UCLA, 12 people on the field. 3rd down, 5-yard penalty.
Sometimes you try to be perfect. You see Rick Neuheisel on that 3rd down. The prior opportunity when they had to snap it, they're up there at the line trying to check, looking over at the sidelines. The clock winds down. They have to call timeout. Now they change their thinking. Sometimes you have too much time to think about what to do, and you try to be perfect. And all of a sudden they go from a 3rd and short, putting Kevin Prince in a very difficult 3rd and 7. Keep an eye on this Texas defense. Manny Diaz, they love to move around and scramble this defense on passing situations, trying to confuse. You see right there, not one defensive lineman down in the stance. There they go.
And here comes the blitz up the middle. Prince hit the ball loose. I think they rule it a fumble. Now they'll say an incomplete pass. Boy, the whole Texas sideline thought the ball popped out as Keyston Randall got a free shot on Kevin Prince. And Prince slow to head over to that UCLA sideline.
You go back, though. 3rd down and 1. UCLA has a major advantage. All of a sudden, it's 3rd down and 6. Gives Manny Diaz the time to bring the inside linebacker blitz. They don't have enough guys to protect, and now UCLA's punting. It all goes back to that illegal substitution penalty, which took them out of a makeable 3rd down.
Jackson Shipley back deep to receive the kick, but I think they're going to go upstairs and review whether or not that might have been a fumble.
Play is under further review.
It's reviewable because it was a clear recovery by Texas if it was indeed a loose ball. So if this is ruled a fumble, then Texas will have the ball in plus territory.
I think his hand was going forward. I think that was a good call on the field by this Big 12 officiating crew. Bob, I don't know. What do you think? I don't think that'll be overturned.
Well, again, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call that was made on the field. His arm is coming forward, but I think you can definitely make an argument, Coach, that the ball is loose before his arm starts to come forward. And the only reason the ball goes forward is it's still kind of in contact with his hand, and his hand shoves it forward.
Yeah.
I think that's a fumble.
Do you? Yeah, again, turnovers. Turnovers. Both teams, the reason they had losing seasons last year, Texas 116 in the country turnover margins, UCLA 112 in turnover margin. Maybe on the verge right here of their 2nd turnover in this game.
Well, it's a quick decision.
After further video review, the previous play is confirmed. 4th down.
Well, Kevin Prince is a tough young man. He took a hit there, somehow got the ball shoved forward, so it stays as an incomplete pass. But only three attempts against Houston, left the game with a concussion. In 2009, he missed a few weeks with a broken jaw and a concussion, came back to play that year. Last season, 5 starts before undergoing knee surgery. It has been some type of trail that he's taken here at UCLA. Shipley fumbles the punt. Did he get it back? No, it's loose. UCLA's got it. The Bruins are in the red zone after a punt return turnover by Jackson Shipley.
Yeah. Texas 5-7 last year. UCLA 4-8. We talked about turnovers. That's why they both had losing seasons, and it's continuing right here. Jackson Shipley, the true freshman. I don't think you're going to see that many times in his long career at Texas. I mean, that is just an unforced error right there. When you play young players, you have to live with the growing pains. And right there, UCLA provided a great opportunity to get right back in this game.
Isaiah Bowens with the recovery for the Bruins. First down at the 19-yard line. Franklin tripped up at the line. Keenan Robinson made the stop. This week on ESPN's Monday Night Football, second-year quarterback Sam Bradford goes up against Eli Manning. Rams Giants at 8:30 Eastern. Also streaming live on WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern Monday night with Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee's. Franklin breaks a tackle, but thrown down at the 16-yard line after a gain of 3. It'll be third down and 6.5.
And right now you're thinking, if you're UCLA, listen, my starting kicker is out. Kip Smith, their starting kicker, hip flexor this week in practice. The backup kicker, who's the punter, Jeff Locke, 18, will be their kicker. That's what Rick Neuheisel's thinking right now as he figures what to run on this 3rd and about 7. You know, they're not going to play it conservatively, I don't think, and play for a field goal. Their field goal kicker's out. You throw the ball right here and try to convert to first down.
They could even run it here, considering it 2-down territory. Prince looking at a blitz again. It's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 5-yard line by Adrian Phillips. And he's out close to the 30-yard line as the two teams trade turnovers, and Texas has the ball back.
I think you're going to see the quarterback rotation starting earlier for UCLA than what we first thought. But again, in a 3rd down passing situation, you open up the playbook for Manny Diaz. Again, you're going to see him come with the blitz right here. Both linebackers, you see the safety rolling into the middle of the field, but that football should not have been thrown right there. I mean, Kevin Prince has played a lot of snaps at UCLA. Granted, Manny Diaz came with the blitz, but protect the football and get the field goal. Heck of a play by Blake Gideon, the safety, getting his hands on that ball.
I think Adrian Phillips would have picked it off whether Gideon touched it or not. Malcolm Brown with a cutback. Boy, that's a tough run by Malcolm Brown. Picks up 5, maybe 6 yards as he broke the initial tackle of Damian Holmes. I'm not sure where Kevin Prince was going with that football. It looked like Adrian Phillips, the corner, was ready and waiting. It was tipped by Gideon, but it looked like a room service interception, whether it was tipped or not. Yeah,
I mean, Richard Breho, who started the San Jose State game, they've not had an interception this season on offense. They have 2 already.
The toss to Brown with a cutback. He's got a first down. Let's go down to Samantha.
Yeah, guys, so many questions at quarterback for Texas. One of the big things that may look like a small thing on the outside is that Case McCoy, after that first drive, came over, gathered around his wide receivers and said, hey, guys, after every play, I want you in this huddle tight. Each one of them responded. Early things like this are just showing that he's the leader of this football team right now.
Well, he has that same feel for the game, the same presence as his brother Colt had. I don't think there's any question. That's why he's out there right now.
That's a broken play, and he finds DJ Grant all the same, and it picks up about 8 yards. That's another nice composed play by Case McCoy, as it looked as if he wanted to head the opposite direction. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for superior performance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Right up the middle goes Brown, and he is met at the line. Sean Westgate drove him back after a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards.
Interesting on this 3rd and short. Texas, Mack Brown made a commitment in the offseason, said, I want to be tougher. I want better line play. He goes and hires the offensive line coach from Georgia, Stacy Searles, because he thinks the SEC has the most physical line play. It'll be interesting right here with that big tailback in the game. Can they convert on this 3rd and short right here?
Cody Johnson takes the handoff, and he pounds his way for a 1st down and more. Drags tacklers inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Jordan Zumwalt made the stop, but that's 252 pounds. That's a tough young man to stop when he only needs a yard.
That's a statement, though. You know, you go back to Mack Brown, 5 new coaches. You see Mack right there. That's not a major play, but that's a statement game for him. He hired 5 new position coaches, a new offensive line, a new defensive line coach, both of them from the SEC, because he said that's the most physical conference in all of college football. You see that statement right there paying off early.
Back to Malcolm Brown. Can't turn the corner, but stays inbounds at about the 40. Knocked out of bounds at the 39. That's a gain of 4 yards, though, for the true freshman. Andrew Abbott was there to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down at 6.
2 new coordinators for Texas. 5 new position coaches. Really a transition year for Mack Brown, but interesting talking the stories of how he hired and why he hired these coaches, each one of them for a specific reason.
Now it's Fozzie Whitaker in a tailback. McCoy instead, a little hitch to the near side. Goodwin gets pounded about a yard shy of the 1st down, sets up 3rd down and 1. It was really interesting, I agree, Coach, to listen to what he said. He said he actually got on the internet last year and searched SEC teams, made some calls. It's the best line play in the country, so that's how he came up with Stacy Searles and Bo Davis. And then when he went looking for coordinators, called 4 head coaches in the SEC, and they all kept saying it's that guy at Mississippi State, which was Manny Diaz, off of that recommendation. And then, of course, a great admirer of Brian Harsin and Boise as they go up the middle with Cody Johnson and move the chains again. So he did kind of take us through it step by step as to how he put together this staff, and each had a story as we take a look at the Texas focus points.
Yeah, I think specifically today, a lot of pressure on Texas coaches. Which quarterback's in, which one's hot, what's he do well, especially because they're 2 different styles. Young players protect the ball anytime you play with young guys. We've already seen Jackson Shipley. We mentioned they were 1/16th in turnover margin last year. And then the third thing, obviously, defense has to stop that run.
And around to Goodwin. There goes Marquise Goodwin down to the 11-yard line. Another 1st down for Texas.
Interesting story. Marquise Goodwin. You're going to see him right here come across on this little jet motion sweep. Just gets speed, but he's a track guy. Was going to redshirt this year. Came in after the Rice game, visited with Mack Brown and said, you know what? I miss it. I miss it. I want to come back. Doesn't know the offense, but like Mack said, you can't teach speed.
1st and 10 at the 11. Malcolm Brown, 10th play of the drive, moves Texas down to about the 8-yard line, a gain of 3. Well, it's a young man that plans on competing in the Olympics next summer in the long jump. He finished 13th in the 2011 World Championships, and he's already won 3 Big 12 long jump titles. And there's no question that he is a weapon in that respect, and they find a lot of different ways to use it.
Yeah, they have a lot of different weapons. You see DJ Monroe in here right here. He's another weapon.
There's another weapon getting to the pylon. In for a touchdown is Fozzie Whitaker. The Longhorns just keep coming at you.
We talk about specific roles for different players. They bring DJ Monroe in the game. He's another speed receiver that runs a lot of those sweeps. They used DJ Monroe as a decoy that time. Hand the ball to Fozzie Whitaker for the touchdown. Good job by Brian Harsin, just taking advantage of different skill sets of players.
An 11-play, 71-yard touchdown drive. And Texas on top by 2 scores.
Yeah, you're going to see DJ Monroe right here. He's going to come across. UCLA's going to think it's sweep to him. They just use him as a decoy.